with the most money, or even if you want to bring some friends along and maximize your profit ratio. All right, so first things first, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit so it's not like a 30-minute long video. Well, as soon as you land on the island, go ahead and run over here and pick up this bike right here. Pick up this Manchez. Go ahead and go into the main hangar at the airport. And then you have two loot locations. You have one on the bottom right here, which you got some ganja, we got some cash. Take a photo, send it over to Pavel. And then up here above, we have another loot location for secondary loot. We got a couple of more cash piles. Now you could have cocoa over here, ganja, cash, but it's important to have the full picture so you guys know what you're doing. Plus, this doesn't take hardly any more time than what it normally does, so don't worry about that. Then just drive your Manchez back over here to the shack, the secondary spot at the airport. You have a couple more piles of possible secondary loot. Take the photos, send it to Pavel. Don't forget, you do have some hidden caches and some buried treasure around the island as well. So if those are on this route, go ahead and pick them up. But stick to the coastline over here on the north side. And then this location right here will not only have possible gold box, but you also have another Manchez in case this one gets ruined or, you know, gets caught up in the water or whatever. Stick to the coastline. I don't typically scope out the north dock location, but if you want to, let me show you how to do that. You just got to pay attention to the guard that's walking, let him get out of the way. There's also a tower guard. Make sure he's not looking at you. Drive the bike on into this shed right here. There's a couple of locations where you can have some secondary loot. Take those photos. There's also a guard that walks on the inside little path right here. Wait till he's not looking at you. Wait till he's gone away, turns around. Then you can exit on out of this shed, and then you want to drive over to the secondary shed right here. And at this location, you have a few more spots where you can have some secondary loot. Now, again, scoping out the north dock isn't that difficult, right? You can just drive on through right here, dodge that camera. However, when you run the heist, the north dock is very problematic. You have the tower guards, you have multiple vehicles that are driving around, you have multiple guards that are walking. It's very easy for a unalived NPC body to be spotted, right? So keep that in mind. You just jump the little entrance to the dock right there. Then you have a third secondary loot location, which you have 3 possible loot stacks. Take those photos. As you see right here, I found me some cocoa, so that's pretty cool. Pay attention to that camera and just move on out, and we're good to go. Now we're gonna head over here to this hill, and this is where we're gonna jump the cliff, or jump this little mountain right here to kind of bypass the checkpoint. All right, so as you see right here, just pay attention to the tower guard. Make sure he's not looking at this particular this direction, all right, because he'll spot you as, see, there you go, he's moving. So if he's looking this way, you need to hold off because he can see you as you make this jump while you're in midair. All right, so wait till he's not looking at you. The guard will actually position himself to be looking towards the island. There you go. Drive off, hit that little ramp right there. You can do a fun little flip if you want. Then we stay on this outside edge right here. Make sure there's no vehicles driving on this road, which they can. Then you can drive on down, a little opening, get on the road, veer off to the right through this field right here. Then you cut in between the shed and that bush. And then we just drive up the, kind of like the spine of this mountain right here, over to the radio tower. You have to come over here anyways, right? So either the radio tower signal box will be on the ground or up top. If you see a guard on the ground, the signal box is up on the tower. If there is no guard there, the signal box should be on the ground. Regardless where the signal box is, you got to climb to the top of the tower for the next phase of this to continue scoping out the island to gather your intel. Go ahead and solve the little puzzle. The X means the number is multiplied by 10. The horizontal with 2 vertical lines, it means it's multiplied by 2. And then the square with 1 line, the number stays the same. All right, we got that. Now we're not going to go ahead and find out the primary yet. We're going to continue to climb all the way to the very top and just position your character towards the H, the little helipad landing down here at the main dock. We're not going to land on that, but we're going to aim towards that. Jump over the railing, immediately pull your parachutes, and we're going to glide all the way down over here to the main dock. Now there is a guard that walks around over here. Be careful, if you're too low, he can spot you. So we're going to veer to the right in between the H, the helipad landing, and this shed right here. Let's go ahead and softly land in the grass. Wait for the guard that's walking around right here to pass you by. And then you can go inside this main shed right here, and you'll have a few more secondary target locations. All right, don't be too loud. Go ahead and see what we got. Looks like some cash. Take a photo. Now we can head on over to the other location. There's two more possible loot locations. Actually, there's three, but only two more that are viable. The last one is it's just not really, you know, you don't have to worry about it. But just wait for the guard to pass you on by. You can climb up on this lumber and take your photos from here, or just go right up to the fence. Either one's fine. Snap your photos. Looks like we got some cocoa over here, and we got, looks like some ganja. All right, so there you go. Now there's another location that you can check out. And again, I usually don't scope out this particular spot at the main dock, but if you want to, you can. Also, if you have one of these hidden little caches or buried treasures over here, you can go ahead and grab one of those. This will help kind of cut down your costs because it's 100 grand to start the heist. And again, if you like, on the main dock location, you can kind of work your way around over to another secondary loot target. Now, you do need to have two people to get into this particular cage. One has to pull the lever while the other person goes inside. But you have other possible loot locations right here, and you can take those photos. Again, just to have all the info, but I typically don't worry about that one on the main dock. Just those two locations I showed you earlier. And then once you're done, you can just accidentally get spotted by a guard or a camera, and that'll take you back to the airport. And now we're going to use the Sightseer app to find out what we have inside the main compound, find our other secondary loot and our primary. Okay, just kind of arrow key over to the basement, and here we're going to find what our primary, hopefully it's a pink diamond for you. If not, probably going to be tequila or ruby necklace or bear bonds. So we got our main primary target. Now we'll scope the rest of the compound to find our other secondary. You want to find as much gold as you can. Scope inside there. I had one stack of gold. No painting inside the office on this camera. Camera 2, no painting. Oh, one painting. There we go. Love that. Then we have the west storage, one painting and some cash. West storage, camera 2, nothing. Then we have north storage, camera 1. We got some more gold. Very good. That's 2 stacks of gold. Cam 2, just some cash. South storage, cam 1. We got gold. Love that. Now we got 3 gold. South storage, camera 2. No painting, but some extra gold. We got 4 gold now. Love that. Very good. Stack that gold with that tequila. And then once you cycle all the way to the north gate, now you're done. You can exit out of your phone, and then now you have a full clear picture, all the loot locations that you've scoped out from the gather intel mission, and you can formulate a plan. Do you just want to go solo? You want to go with 2 people? Remember, if you run the heist with more than 1 person, if you go 2 or more, your cooldown timer is only 48 minutes. If you just go solo, it's going to be 144 minutes, or basically 2 hours and 24 minutes. Then jump back in the plane, head back to Los Santos, and now you can start building up the heist by completing your setup and prep mission. So there you go. Follow this route, run this, use this guide.
Terrified screams, I will assume you made it through the uncharted tunnel and into the den of strung-out militiamen. Good. Things are going according to plan, huh? Now, let's see what he has for us in the vault this time.
Sí, anda por aquí. Lo vi hace un rato.
Be careful in this area. Mr. Rubio's personal bodyguards, they know their soldiers, and they will know you are not one of them, no matter what uniform you are wearing. cybersecurity. Remember, it picks up fragments of previous scans. You just have to cycle through them to match the target print. Do not give up on a locked door. Why not ask a guard nicely for the key? You have done it. Excellent. Now get into the elevator. Next stop, the vault. Welcome back. Now how are your nerves? Steady? You will need them to be if you want to get into that bulletproof display case. Steady nerves and a plasma cutter. You know the only diamond bigger than this, the one on my ex-wife's... Still that back, then I'm impressed. It looks like they have sealed off the drainage pipe you used to get in here. You will have to find another way out. A new shift of guards just clocked in. Careful out there. Remember, there is always time for some last-minute shopping before takeoff. Good work. The compound is behind us, and they still have no idea what's hit them. We are almost home. Just get out of there. The coordinates for your extraction point at the airstrip should be with you now. You know, this time I think you may have broken him. done this so often, you hardly need me. You should be doing this with your eyes closed this time, yes? No, do not worry. I shall be here. I will not miss this for anything. Now, make your preparations. You will be ashore soon. GPS locked. I have your position. I will also access compound CCTV to see you when you are there. We cannot resist coming back, huh? Like child in candy store. Or as we say in Russia, like special compartment for us. It pays to be selective with your looting. If it is too heavy, it will slow you down. Perhaps too much. Remember, cameras everywhere. Almost like Mr. Rubio feels a little paranoid sometimes. See you in the room. Excellent. Did I ever tell you about the sewers in my hometown? It was there I first decided to join the Navy. Perhaps it will have the same effect on you. We'll see. Off you go. Are you in? You did not get sucked into a turbine. I knew you'd be fine. How likely is it I have two operations in the same way, huh? Now, we'll look for the vault. Maybe start in the central building.
Sí, anda por aquí. Lo vi hace un rato.
Be careful in this area. Mr. Rubio's personal bodyguards, they know their soldiers, and they will know you are not one of them, no matter what uniform you are wearing. Worth looking for keys, I think. You are inside the wall. Is it a secret passage? And here we are, again. Now for the delicate part. The glass case, bulletproof, shatterproof. You will need the plasma cutter, and you will need to be very careful. Good! You know, there is something about coming all this way to steal a bottle of booze which speaks to me on a very deep level. From what I can tell, they have sealed the drainage pipe. You will need another way out. You must use them simultaneously. Reinforcements incoming. If you see anything you like on the way out, do not be shy. Help yourself.
¡Sin balas! ¡Tengo que recargar!
Okay, the compound is behind us, and the hard part is done. Now, do not die on the easy part, yes? Get out of there. Go! The coordinates for your extraction point at the airstrip should be with you now. The cries of the impotent desperate is beautiful now. we regroup as soon as possible, then head home.